AV over IP. I'm here with Ed from Q-Sys. Ed, please tell me about Q-Sys, the complete system, and what you're showing here today in terms of unified communications.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. So Q-Sys is a platform architecture. Essentially, we've had the opportunity to design the system from the ground up to really focus on a platform architecture similar to an iPhone, where you can deliver new features and functionality through software applications. And for us, it's really driving a new strategy within AV as a whole. We follow very much a network-based architecture, which allows us to use our technologies that have network connectivity, really going after a market which we call high-impact spaces. So this is everything sort of north of boardrooms. So boardrooms, town hall environments, multi-use spaces, divisible spaces, which traditionally in the AV world have been quite difficult to design, implement, and support. So leveraging the Q-Sys architecture under one platform, we can deliver this great experience, and we are focused on that experience. Again, the marketplace has shifted post-pandemic very much into a hybrid world. We're delivering great experiences both for the in-person meeting space, but then also the remote. And that's kind of where we feature very heavily. So what we're sort of talking about today is leveraging our VisionSuite platform, which encompasses a bit of audio-based tracking, as well as our newer technology, which is vision-based tracking solutions to create dynamic environments, really focus on that hybrid workspace.
And one of the great things about what I've seen with Q-Sys is that unlike, let's say, the Apple environment, which is, the walled garden effect, you guys are looking for strategic partners so that people can implement elements of your, let's say, the way that you've solved the control thing, and how much easier it is to be able to design a solution around Q-Sys. And, you've opened up. And tell me a bit more about that part of it.
Yeah, fair question. So it's, I think we've come from relatively humble beginnings. Our audio DSP, we've been doing that for a very, very long time. So we find ourselves naturally within the environment, delivering great audio experiences. But as the world has moved forward, leveraging the technology that's available to us today allows us to bring that kind of more central approach. So integrating a video engine into our platform, as well as a control engine, and then reaching out to our partner network to say, hey, there's a better way of delivering AV into these spaces. But we also recognize that there are some great technologies, different manufacturers that do their specialities really well, that also feature within these design elements. So to work with these technology partners and have manufacturer-supported plugins, for example, to allow us to integrate seamlessly, really kind of focuses heavily on the customer experience. So we're not having to worry too much about where that IP sits. It sits at a manufacturer level, so we can support it, we can guarantee it, and add some confidence back to the design principles.
And that's exactly it. I think from the perspective of a consultant like myself or a system integrator, it gives great confidence to know that these vendors are working together at a high level. They're integrating APIs, they're working in that way. And that gives me that reassurance, because so much of our time is spent evaluating whether or not it fits my system. Am I going to have, is it interoperable? Am I going to have an issue here? And to know that you guys are working at that high level, it just gives that reinforcement of confidence.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what it's about. My responsibility is to make sure that my customers are happy, and we're all kind of in the same ballpark, so to speak, because you have a happy customer, they're going to keep coming back to you, and we can look at other spaces as we continue to grow as an organization. But it's not all about us, it's about the companies that we work with and our systems integrators, as you say. They're integral to the whole design process and how we continue to work with our customers in that space.
And what would you say for those system integrators that are perhaps, sat on that, they're from a traditional background, they might be Extron or Crestron and might not have kind of delved into the Q-Sys world. What are the advantages for them from your perspective?
Yeah, fair question. I think from our perspective, it's the total cost of ownership piece. As I mentioned before, that we built in the video engine, the control engine, all the audio is all built into the Q-Sys core, and really kind of changing the thought process around how that gets delivered. Because in this hybrid world, right, technology is changing at such a fast pace. And the meeting room space traditionally has been a closed environment. It's been a box that you sweat the assets for about 10 years before you decide to invest in it and change that landscape. Whereas now we're kind of creating more experiences where these design ideas change very rapidly. So as a consequence, what we're able to deliver is this central platform that allows you to change some of the edge devices nice and easily and simply without too much heavy lifting. So that total cost of ownership piece, again, we're doing all of those things under one box. You're not having to go to different manufacturers necessarily for the integral part of the design process, but actually we're then just leveraging the specialities of the peripheral on the edge devices. And that's where we really come into play. And then, again, from programming, there's one single design for the QSys core, which then talks to all of the other peripheral devices as well. So it's neatly contained.
I think that part is, significant because, everyone knows how complex it can be to kind of design and program some of the other systems. But thank you very much for your time and have a great show. Where can people find out a bit more information about QSys?
Yeah, we've obviously got our website, but we've also got an experience centre in Surrey, in Egham, which is fully integrated. We've got boardrooms, we've got auditoriums, a lot of our technology on display, creating a really, really good experience of how you integrate the technology in that platform.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Take
Appreciate
care.
it. Cheers.